7:30 in the morning time on this Tuesday morning, March 23rd, 2021. And Rackmont News of Manhattan. This will be their channel morning news for Tuesday morning, March 23rd, 2021. Good morning, y'all. This lovely Tuesday morning, March 23rd, 2021. 36 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts at 7:30 a.m. Top stories on the Peter Channel News on this Tuesday morning is Boulder, Colorado, where 10 were killed in a Colorado supermarket, including a police officer and a suspect arrested. Evanston, Illinois, first in the U.S. to pay reputations of black residents. China's retaliatory sanctions on the EU set at the stage of how Beijing will respond to other global powers. Biden infrastructure plan to test its bipartisan promises. Border Patrol has detained Mo and accompanied minors in March than all of February preliminary data showed. City Powell seeks dismissal for the $1.3 billion suit. COVID cases rise across most half of the U.S. as country races to vaccinate. Biden regularly consults with Barack Obama on a range of issues, Psaki said. Biden announced $3 trillion package for infrastructure, schools, and families. Killing the filibuster becomes a new limited test for Democratic candidates. Photos of migrant detention highlight Biden's border secrecy. Israel votes as data on its fake on today's election. As Europe's lockdowns drag on, police and protesters clash more. Germany to go in a hard lease to lockdown as COVID-19 infections soar. Yemen, Saudi Arabia proposes a peace deal, but the Houthi said it's now not enough. The European Union and the United States have leveled new rounds of sanctions against Myanmar's military leadership over its February coup and subsequent escalation of violence deployed against protesters. U.S. health officials raised concerns over AstraZeneca vaccine trial results. Chicago suburb approves housing repatriation for black residents. EU-U.S. Man convicted of a notorious 1972 North Edinburgh murder denied medical parole. First business bond by Edinburgh's contest opens in city downtown and offers relief. Plainville, attendance hosted 2 information forums on the proposed $1.95 million Proposition 2.5 budget, however, that residents will vote on the April 5th annual town election. North Edinburgh's registered voter totaled down slightly. Rhode Island man gets 2 years for beating Robin's daughter's ex-boyfriend in Edinburgh parking lot. Button Guidance Council embraces life and grief. 7 of residents signed petition against subdivision. Victoria State University grad faces her demons widened during COVID. Israel voters said they on news fake things on Tuesday's elections. Biden talked up health insurance cost cuts in Ohio. UK reflects on a death toll a year after lockdown. Reputation of AstraZeneca COVID vaccine marred by missteps. Rivals seek to gain as Biden most approach the Syrian war and Australia East Coast raid to east, but flooding continues and an extremist group spy on Facebook ban. Despite bans. Take a look at stocks today. I want 103.23, 32, 731.20, SP 500 27.49, 39.40.59, the Nasdaq up 162.31, 13,377.54. Treasury yields fall followed Fed Chair Powell comments on the economy. Chinese markets slump as tit-for-tat sanctions raise tension with U.S. and Europe. David Solomon commits to Saturday's up at Goldman Sachs bankers. Pfizer goes to the loan to expand vaccine business beyond COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 vaccine in the form of a pill is set to their first clinical trials. And average weight did we gain during the lockdowns of 2 pounds above setting it and nearly half of the healthcare workers remain unvaccinated, survey finds. The result from the ALHCB experiment John to lead in theory and physics and huge for 2021 EQ3 Zoom pass safely pass off and Lego Mark's first space shuttle flight with a new set featured Discovery and Hubble Space Telescope. Sports time. Deshaun Watson losses up to 14 with 24 accusers. Lakers shopping continues caliber pop ahead of NBA trade. And Oregon State Sweet 16 game against Loyola of Chicago stirs up child memories for Coach Wayne Tinkle. And last night, Boston Celtics fall to the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis in overtime, 132 to 126. Peter Cello news time is 7:36. It's time now for Peter Cello traveling to check on this. Choose on it. MBTA subway system. Several buses placed in original service between Oak Grove and Silver Square for April 4th for ongoing infrastructure upgrades at Walton to address damage from the derailment. And on commuter rail, Havel Line train plays up to 20 minutes to the single track operation between Wyman Hills and Wakefield for approximately 2 weeks, and the approximate will allow for work on the Linfells Parkway replacement project. Needham Line train 1601, 7:10 a.m. from South Station is operating. 5:50 minutes late between Ruggles and Needham Lines due to train traffic, and Props Line train 1802 will be making a stop at Ruggles today due to the rail and switch issue. And the ferries are out, looking good. Okay, take a look at highways and byways of New England. Southern Expressway at the north bad side. A little bit slow between Abbott Street and Quincy all the way down to the Mass Ave and downtown Boston. Southern Expressway south bad side. A little slow between the JFK UMass exit all the way down to the Springy split to the next to the Southern Expressway and the south bad side. The furthest Brook Parkway. 24 north bad side. Slow before 128 to Gatton. 95 slow between the Positive Street and Norman down to 128 to Gatton. Mass back a little bit so around the 128 out in the western area and Southern Expressway at both ends of the little 93 at both ends of the little side of the South Station Tunnel. Mass back westbound a little bit so it's South Boston. 180 eastbound side a little so after Logan Airport and 93 to the southbound side. A little bit so between Bedford all the way down to Zinc Bridge and downtown Boston. Route 1 southbound side a little so before the Charlestown stretch and Route 1 at the northbound side. A little bit so the Saugus stretch and 93 at the northbound side. A little so 120 in the Reddit stretch. 120 in the southbound side. A little so by the Reddit stretch. 3 on the southbound side, also 128 in Burlington, and 3 to the southbound side, also Triple Cove Road and Bill Wicca. 495 on the southbound side, Little Sort Wide, Route 93 at Andover, Massachusetts, and 95, a little bit slow before 495 in the Mansfield area, 24 southbound side, Little Sort around 148 Taunton, 140 at the northbound side, so around 24 Taunton, Route 25 eastbound side, a little bit slower at the Ward stretch, and Route 3 at the northbound side, a little bit slower at the Plymouth stretch, and Route 6 at the eastbound side, also 134 at the Dennis. 95 at the northbound side, a little bit slow on the Providence stretch, and 6 connector, a little bit slow. Route 6 in Providence, and Route 6 westbound, also around the 6 connector in Providence, and 146 a little bit slow on the southbound side around the North Smithfield area, and 146 on the northbound side, also at 290 in Worcester, and 91 southbound side, also the Chickadee stretch, 202 on both ends, also around the FL stretch. Route 2 eastbound, slow on both ends of the FL stretch, and Route 19 eastbound side, a little slow in Middletown, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway, westbound, stop and go between Trumbull and Norwalk and 95 to the southbound side, low slope between Bridgeport down to Stamford. And 89 southbound side, little slow in the 93 and the Concord Aperture stretch. And Peter Chill News Time, 7:40 it is. Time now for a weather report. An overcast starting on it as high pressure remains controlled today, provide another round of dry weather mild days inland from the coast. And cold nights to the warmest day of the week looks like Thursday at low pressure. Okay. Low pressure, which is currently off North Carolina at 1,012 millibars, is going to track northward, delivering showers to the region late Wednesday night and at a cold front which is currently in Canada and all around Wisconsin, is gonna bring another round of showers Thursday night and Friday, along with some gusty winds and warm temperatures. Narrow band of low clouds and fog stretching in from about Boston to Cape Cod Canal and extended southwest right on into Canada. As previous forecast indicated, strong late sun will slowly erode those low clouds and fog by late morning there. I expect a better sunshine. Temperatures a few degrees warmer than yesterday with high 75, 70 away from the coastline, and these temperatures are about 1 month ahead of schedule, typical mid to late April. And at the shoreline, highs in the 50s, but the fall into the 40s late as the afternoon and sea breeze develop in the early discussion below. Heavy rain and thunderstorms threaten to set the Gulf Coast for the next couple of days. Mountain snow and cooler than average temperatures are expected for the intermittent west of the Rockies and critical risk of fire. Wherever remains in place for the part of the southwest today. And it's a sun during the low pressure system and set planes this morning is gradually tracking north. East while sporting an impressive aerial extent of precipitation that stretched from the North Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast. And the southern Gulf Coast most doubly features best odds of winters and heavy rainfall, which is severe weather today. A slight risk of excessive rainfall has been issued for portions of the area today, along with a marginal risk of severe weather. Severe storms that local heavy rainfall are possible in Middle Mississippi Valley. They are close to low that over the Midwest Tuesday into the Great Lakes. By Wednesday, citizens associated shield of rain in the region. For today, meanwhile, the storm's cold front will lift north as a warm front over the south central United States. Wednesday afternoon, the state front never by the severe weather. Wednesday evening, and highlighted by a slight risk for a severe weather low Mississippi Valley. Meanwhile, another front boundary near the central Gulf Coast looks to produce more heavy rainfall. With some strong thunderstorms again, over slight risk of excessive rainfall is in place for roughly 70 was under 1 on Tuesday. In total, for Wednesday night, over 5 inches of rainfall is possible from the eastern Louisiana to the southern Alabama. Flash flood watches rains effect for portions of the central Gulf Coast into today on Thursday. And on west, a cold front is forecast to move quickly southward across today with a broad area of rain and snow behind it. In addition to fresh injection to below normal temperatures, gusty winds quicken as low as 6 inches or more for high elevation, especially with river mountains and J-tons. And Big Horn Mountains tonight and Tuesday, the front will slow down over the southwest of Tuesday night and have an amplified upper trough over the up four-quarter region. This upper trough will trigger periods of mountain snow over the southern Rockies with totals ranging from 1 to 2 feet in high elevation to the north of New Mexico, and another front is forecasting coming into the northwest with additional precipitation on Wednesday. The upper trough quickly weakens on Wednesday evening, closing the door and additional snowfall in the southern Rockies that has helped to produce scattered showers in precious parts of the Seven Plains states. Elsewhere, conditions favorable for fire weather are expected to persist over the parts of the southwest and the Seven Plains state due to low relative humidity combined with gusty winds and dry fields. And red fog borders are in place, and along with elevated critical risk of fire weather, some welcome precipitation anticipated in these areas from midway to the northwest. We'll see it again the number one of precipitation of cold front strings through the region. On Wednesday evening, we're several inches of minor snow possible throughout the region. Lastly, high pressure spot. One more day of dry and mild conditions. But the northeast give way to the portion of frontal system on the east coast. The subposition of spectacular appearance of rain on northeast on Wednesday. All right, let's take a look at the northern forecast. Goes like this. Patchy fog for 80 hours. Most of the south for today. High 67 degrees. Common coming southeast spread 5 miles in the afternoon for tonight. Patchy fog after midnight. Otherwise, increased sky low 37 degrees. Southeast about 5 miles coming in the evening for Wednesday. Patchy fog before 10 a.m. west. Cloud sky high 59 degrees. Common coming southeast spread 6 miles in the afternoon for Wednesday. Showers likely to be before 9 a.m. We have the rain likely be between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. Cloud sky 44 degrees. Southeast about 6 miles upcoming common in the evening. Just reached 70%. New spots less than 7 days possible for Thursday. Partly south sky high about 73 and a low 50 degrees. Common coming southwest about 5 to 7 miles in the morning. Friday, gentle showers, mostly skies with 6 low 42 degrees, south about 7 to 50 mile an hour size. 29 mile an hour, chance of 40%. For Saturday, mostly skies with 56 to the low 35 degrees. Northwest about 8 mile an hour for Sunday. Rain likely, mostly skies for 52, low 36 degrees. Southeast about 3 to 8 mile an hour size. 20 mile an hour, chance of 6%. And for Monday, mostly sunny with 50 degrees and west about 8 to 15 mile an hour skies. 25 mile an hour right now, Dalton. 36 degrees overcast skies. And that's going to be the Peter till the news for 8. To the bottom, March 23rd, 2021. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. So, you have a good morning, goodbye to you. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. Have a good day.